Welcome guys to Changing the Channel, a show where I share my insights as a channel, as well as help you change the channel that you're tuned into, if you so choose. It's my view that each one of us experiences reality through different lenses, through different beliefs, through different programming, which tune you into the specific channel that you're tuned into. At any time, you are capable of changing those beliefs, of changing those lenses, of changing those programs so that you can tune into a different channel. Today, I want to talk about changing the channel on money. Now, for most of us, for a lot of us, probably not most of us, but for a lot of us in this reality, we are typically defining success through materialistic things, through money, through house, through the cars, through, the cool things that you have. And I think what we've been programmed to view money as is the end all be all. It's the goal. It's what we all need to be accumulating. We need to be getting bigger things, buying, going into debt. And I think that programming has kind of run its course. Again, it's been a part of us, a part of the collective society, the collective consciousness for hundreds of years, if not thousands of years. And we're at this, moment, at this shift in consciousness where we need to start separating money from success. We need to start defining success through different lenses, through different channels. The ones that come to mind for me are certainly freedom, joy, peace, and fulfillment. I think we should be defining our success as how fulfilled are we? How peaceful is our life? How much joy do we experience? Now, we can't just get rid of money. We can't just say, all right, well, we'll just live in a moneyless society, because money is a very good medium of exchange. Instead of going back to a barter system or, what some people want to do is let's just give everything away for free. What money allows us to do is to value things across completely different spectrums of goods and services. So, if you wanted to say barter for, bananas for a marketing system, how would you come up with, okay, well, in reality, it would probably be 5,000 bananas, but what are you going to do with 5,000 bananas if you need a good marketing system? So what money does is it allows us to exchange goods and services in between. And there's a big difference between money and currency. Money is the medium of exchange. Currency is the system that exists as money. So right now, the main currency is the US dollar. There's other currencies out there that are vying for the control of, basically the global trade. The BRICS are coming up with their own system. They're kind of separating from the dollar and kind of building out their own system. And a lot of countries are exploring and shifting towards that. So, I think it's important that if we are going to be free, that there are options, that it isn't just one single currency that we exchange all of our wealth through until we figure out a system that is ownerless, that is decentralized, that is, basically decentralized, autonomous. No way to be corrupted. But again, that's a talk for another time. So what I'm certainly not saying is that we should do away with money. Everyone should live, in poverty, or that the only focus should be on freedom, peace, joy. I think we need to kind of build a system around all of those that incorporate money into it, because we are going to need a medium of exchange, but also that incorporates success as freedom, as peace, as joy, as fulfillment. So kind of going along those lines, it seems to be, and this is just kind of my perspective, that as you start to connect with the higher aspects of yourself, and you start to allow those aspects to guide and lead you in this 3D physical experience, the universe rewards you. And because we live in a system of because we do live in the material realm, and we live in a system that is currently led by materialistic endeavors, we still have to abide and live within that system. It would be a huge shock if all of a sudden we just decided, all right, well, we're just not going to do money anymore, and everyone just has to figure it out. So as we go through this shift in consciousness, there's still going to be a need for the money, but we just have to define it in a better way. We have to move away from money being the end all be all goal, and we have to start. Our goal needs to be a fully functioning society, that's full of freedom for everyone, that people are able to self-actualize, and they're able to find full fulfillment in life, and basically, to be able to learn the lessons that they are coming here to learn in this physical reality. We're all here to learn specific lessons, specific new perspectives for our soul, so that it can continue its progression. And that's why we exist here, because our soul is trying to learn through the physical reality, through separation consciousness, how it would act if it didn't know and understand that it was everything, that it was the entirety of the universe. So that's, again, that's the physical realm. That's why we come to this place, is to separate ourselves from the totality of the consciousness of the universe and experience very specific lessons, so that, again, the soul can learn. So where we're at in humanity right now as we shift is we are trying to move away from the monetary and into a more joyful, peaceful freedom, kind of uniting everybody under this goal that everyone should be able to self-actualize. It shouldn't just be for a small percentage of the population or a small percentage of people, or that the systems that we're building aren't just basically favored for a very small percentage. So the other thing that I see is that there's a lot of imprints from past lives on light workers and starseeds, because they have seen where if you move a society through purely materialistic endeavors, if your only goal is to amass as much money as possible, they've seen where that leads, and they have this, innate ability to remember what happens when a society or a civilization, because again, we're going away from societies and now we're moving into a global civilization. They've seen where that goes, and they don't want to go down that road. But again, because we're in this in-between time, we still have to use those systems, but we can use them in a better way. We can use them not to just amass as much money as we can for us and our family and our very immediate group of influence, but we can, as we connect with our heart, as we start to live from a higher perspective, and the universe rewards us with money, with joy, with peace, with freedom, we can use the money that we are accruing for better ways. And there's so many opportunities out there for people to donate their money, find good groups and organizations. Or if you don't have the money and you're looking for fulfillment in life, then you can be one of the people who are starting those businesses, those groups that are giving back to humanity. So maybe it's a homeless shelter, or maybe it's a tutoring program for underserved teens, building new school systems, rebuilding and rethinking how we do every aspect of society, because that's what's coming is as we shift in consciousness, all of the building blocks of the societies that we've built upon in separation consciousness are going to have to be rethought, are going to have to be reworked. I don't think it's fully necessary to completely tear everything down and just start over. There's a very clear pathway to shift the systems from the old systems of separation of basically like top-down approach, and move them towards this more decentralized system where maybe it's a group of elders or council that are helping guide the different groups of people, but not through coercion, not through forced ways. It's through putting out good ideas and allowing people to kind of take those good ideas, maybe shift them around because they might not work 100% with the group that they're going. But if we moved a couple little things around, then people might be able to, or the people in that subgroup, that smaller group, would be able to take those and run with it. So again, as we move towards this shifting in consciousness, what's going to happen is these older systems are, just kind of tweaked, shifted, moved. We need to be able to shift them and not be stuck in this is the way that we always have done it. But we also can't jump way forward and kind of leave behind people who are tuned into a different channel, who are tuned into maybe a channel that isn't quite as up to speed as everybody. And because we haven't had this global civilization yet, we haven't had this feeling that all of humanity is one. There are these reality bubbles, and people are experiencing different realities in different locations, and it's almost like time traveling. Like when you go from one area to another, you can kind of see how, well, this area is 10 years or 20 or 30 years behind where this area is. So to just globally change everything without everyone being in a similar place on a similar channel, it's going to seem like we're destroying the world. But in reality, it's just a shift. So as technology gets better, as we all continue to live our purpose and fulfillment and be able to share our knowledge with everyone across the world, regardless of even language. We're starting to get to a point where the technology has caught up where you can take a hour-long speech and translate it into 30, 40, 50 different languages so that people can know and understand what's going on in the other parts of the world. And we can, again, the goal isn't to make one singular consciousness across the entire planet. It's to see the beauty in all the different perspectives and, allow people to choose which perspectives that they feel work for them, what channels work for them, and what channels, maybe don't work for them in their specific place in their specific time. So that's just a little bit on, kind of changing the channel on money. I truly believe that we shouldn't shy away from abundance. We shouldn't shy away from moving to a moneyless society. I don't think that, it's going to be, I don't think that the shift is going to happen overnight or in 10 years or in 20 years. It's going to be this kind of progression towards, especially as people start to wake up and people start to experience reality from the higher perspective that we are all one and the same, that we are all, divinations of the same energy, of the same universal energy, just experiencing it through a different lens, through a different perspective, through a different reality, and that the planet is shifting from this separation consciousness, which again, there's nothing wrong with separation consciousness. It's just a different perspective. But on the planet that we are existing on right now, it is shifting towards a more unified consciousness. So all of the systems, including the monetary system, have to kind of keep up with that shift in consciousness in order for us to continue to live and prosper in harmony with the planet. So, this was just a brief little introduction maybe to money and changing the channel on money. Please leave me some comments. Let me know what you think about this. I love reading the comments. I love, kind of hearing everybody else's perspective. And again, as my perspective evolves, I need people regularly sharing with me constructive criticism as to maybe I have a blind spot and I'm missing a part of something that somebody else has. And that's the beauty of this system, this program, is that we can all help each other see the blind spots that we have. We can all be mirrors for each other. So I really appreciate it. I hope everybody has a wonderful day, and thanks for tuning into Changing the Channel. I'll see you next time.